Thank you, Mr. President and City Council members, for allowing me 16 minutes today. Hopefully it won't take that long. My name is Mala Sharma, and I've lived in District 5 for over 20 years. You won't recognize my name. You may recognize my work. Like my colleagues here today in red, you hear our work when you drive in cars, when you watch movies, when you play video games, or as background music in commercials. I'm a 30-year veteran of the music industry, and I can't play a note. I have worked on hundreds of recording sessions, projects that have sold well over 100 million copies worldwide. Many of these projects, including Bruce Springsteen, Pearl Jam, AC/DC, Neil Young, were recorded here in Atlanta at Southern Track Studio, which is no longer in business. I have worked with rock greats as well as the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra. I've worked in business development for City National Bank, a bank that opened offices in Atlanta to support their $10 billion entertainment division to grow its music client base. City National Bank, like the Atlanta-based banks SunTrust and Atlantic Capital, recognize the important opportunity and have created music entertainment divisions within their banks as well. I stand here before you today as a member of Georgia Music Partners, the Recording Academy Atlanta chapter, and a proud representative of the tens and thousands of music industry professionals in this city. I stand before you as an Indian immigrant and a woman that has been given an opportunity to work in an industry that is as diverse as this city. We are young and old. We are creatives and professionals. We are teachers and students. We are songwriters, composers, and musicians. We are publishers, CPAs, bankers, and managers, and we are the Atlanta music community. Collectively, we are the lifeblood of a tremendous cultural and economic engine for this great city. I'd like to share some facts and information with you. Music has a $3.7 billion impact on the state's economy and contributes over $313 million in tax revenues to local governments each year, and a good chunk of that is right here in the city of Atlanta. We also know that there's over $2 billion of economic impact created from the live music industry, which includes festivals such as Music Midtown, and I believe Peter Conlon's still here, and Shaky Knees, along with the nightly performances of hundreds of live music venues in our city, from the Earl in East Atlanta to the Variety Playhouse in Little Five Points to Terminal West in the West Side. Atlanta-based developers also recognize the importance and value of music-centric businesses to attract clientele. Hendon Properties purchased Smith's Old Bar in Ansley Park to save it from being redeveloped. Charlie Loudermilk did the same and spent millions of dollars renovating the Buckhead Theater. Pace's Property is incorporating a music facility in their Atlanta Dairies project on Memorial Drive. And King & Associates is looking to attract music businesses as they expand their creative developments. This room today is filled with a passionate community that lives and works in this city, a community that includes parents, honest, tax-paying citizens, homeowners that volunteer their time to make the city a great place. Parents like Karen Burrs, who teaches music at Galloway and is the concert master for the Columbus Symphony Orchestra, while also being secretary for the Atlanta Federation of Musicians Local 148. Musicians like James Caldwell, who work with at-risk youth in partnership with the recording industry. Musicians like Josh Rifkin, who started a nonprofit called Songs for Kids, and they designed to bring musicians to hospital beds of sick children and help them write and record songs to express their feelings and moods. Atlanta, unlike other cities, is not just known for one type of music or specific brand. Hip-hop has done a fantastic job of branding the ATL, but we have so much more. Country music started in Atlanta in the 1920s. It got its start here. They wanted to put their flag down in Georgia, but country music were viewed as outlaws and were run out of town. Now Nashville boasts a $10 billion economic impact because of country music. Here today, we truly represent every genre. In this room are winners of ACM and Country Music Awards, BET Hip Hop Awards, Dove Awards, which are given to gospel and Christian artists, classical awards, and let's not forget music's highest honor, the Grammy Awards. Over the years, Atlantans have received hundreds of Grammy Awards and thousands of nominations. The ASO alone has 27 Grammys. And we are proud that Jimmy Carter and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. are Grammy Award recipients as well. This year is no different. We have over 20 Grammy nominees from Atlanta, including David Crowder for Best Contemporary Christian Album, William Bell for Best Americana Record, Michael Graves for Best Historical Album, and Mike Will, I Made It, for Record of the Year as producer for Beyoncé's record. On February 12th, the world will watch as Atlanta shines at the Grammy Awards. It's important to note that behind every musical talent is a business machine working behind the scenes that includes business managers, producers, attorneys, publishers, tour, and support staff. Business managers such as Janai Thornton, who handle the accounting and books for Ludacris, Future, and CeeLo. Producers such as Tricky Stewart, who's worked with Michael Jackson, Mariah Carey, Katy Perry, and countless other superstars. Attorneys such as Joel Katz, the leading entertainment attorney in the world, is right here in Atlanta. Atlanta is also home to offices for BMI, ASCAP, CSAC, record labels, digital distributors like TuneCore, as well as thousands of talented techs, lighting designers, riggers, stage managers like Kenny Creswell of Avatar Events Group. For decades, this industry before you has contributed to the rich, diverse musical heritage that continues to bring new talent to the forefront year after year, talent that is nurtured through our educational system. In the last 10 years, a large number of local institutions have added music business curriculum. Within just a few miles of City Hall right here are numerous programs developing tomorrow's workforce in our industry. SCAD, SAE, AIM, Atlanta Metropolitan, Clark. GSU, through a $25 million grant from the Woodruff Foundation, just launched the Creative Media's Industries Institute to prepare graduates in the media fields, which includes sound design and recording. Georgia Tech offers a PhD in music technology with a 100% job placement rate. Those graduates are being courted before they even graduate, and their starting salaries are well above $150,000 a year. Kennard Garrett, a musician, producer, music educator, and he's here today, worked to develop the program at Morehouse. He told me that as part of the process for adding music recording, music business and recording sciences curriculum, the question of availability of jobs in the field came into play. A large part of any educational institution's success is partnering with local business communities to provide internships, practical teaching environments, and of course, long-term career opportunity. We are working with these institutions to do just this through programs such as speed networking and mentoring with Grammy University. However, in our current job market and economy, we often see music industry professionals and programs leaving for opportunities in other flourishing markets, such as Austin and Nashville. We've been experiencing a significant talent drain. To grow opportunities in Atlanta and to retain the businesses and talents that we are nurturing and educating, we must work together. In November, I was appointed, along with a few of my colleagues here today, Michelle Kaplinger and Matt Still, by the Speaker of the House and Lieutenant Governor, to serve on a joint committee of the House and Senate to study incentivizing music in our state. We have legislation, it will be introduced in the coming weeks to do just that. On February 1st, this delegation, along with our counterparts in Savannah, Macon, Athens, Augusta, and every city in between, will be up the street at the state capitol lobbying our legislators to support the music industry in the same way they have done with film, to support the industry that lives here 365 days a year and has for over 80 years. We have provided the soundtrack for the world. It would be significant to do so with the City of Atlanta's support. There is a growing recognition among governments and other stakeholders worldwide that music cities can deliver significant economic employment, cultural, and social benefits. Music is one of our city's biggest global exports. Our artists are global ambassadors. As we continue to develop and compete in this global economy, we must look at best practices of the cities we want to emulate or be competitive with. For this reason, we as a community come to you today to ask if we can work with you closely to shape the future of our city to a millennial, music-friendly business hub to attract international business. We would like to assist you as experts in the field on pro-business strategies that are being employed in cities like Nashville, London, Toronto, Melbourne, Berlin. There are numerous strategies that have been laid out in a study called Mastering of a Music City that can provide a roadmap for us all. I leave you with 2 key points from that report. First, a vibrant music economy drives value for cities in several important ways: job creation, economic growth, tourism development, city brand building, and artistic growth. Second, a strong music community has also been proven to attract other industrial investment, along with talented young workers who put a high value on the quality of life no matter what their profession. It's time to turn up the volume on music in Atlanta, and with your help, we can do so the right way. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sharma. That brings us to the end of public